Is the fountain, I call it the Jason's Deli fountain. The reason why is because Jason's Deli is right there. And that way is towards Six Flags, and that way is the stadium. So that's Six Flags over that way. You can see the Titan right there, and it is a Sunday. I don't see it running, so I'm not that close to Six Flags. But the road to Six Flags is the one I'm on right now, and Collins is on the other side. Well, Collins is actually right here. Road to Six Flags, and then that's Six Flags. But I gotta pick up some tropical, some kind of tropical drink. It's like a smoothie. A bit better, so it looks like it's reasonable, even though the game's going on. So they must have already parked everything. Everybody must be parked, and then we're gonna get some tropical, like it's like a smoothie kind of thing. Yep, there it is. Tropical Cafe. That's where we're going right here. And if you want to get your nails done by the game, you can always take a break, ladies, and get your nails done as the game's going on. If you ever get tired of football, 'cause believe me, they probably do. And we're gonna pick up this Tropical Cafe. There's the stadium. The game's going on right now. Okay, I'm gonna switch everything over to another bag, so I can use this green one. Hi. Is there any online for Madeline?
For Madeline? Okay, give me 1 second.
And that's under the name of Madeline?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. You have a good day.
You're welcome. You have a great day.
Yes. Hey, do you know what time the game starts?
Y'all have these freaking little compact ones.
7 o'clock? Thank you.
We just pull on desktop.
Okay, the game starts at 3 p.m. It's already past 3 right now. And it ends at about 7. Let's make sure this is turned on. See how much weight I lost. A little bit. Kind of on a special diet. I'm not drinking this, of course. It's for somebody else. Got 2 of these. The traffic looks pretty good. Okay, it was going to show the time, but it shows the speaker, and there it goes. So it is 4 o'clock. An hour has gone by. I'm not listening on the radio or anything, so I have no idea who the Cowboys are playing. I don't follow the NFL at all. I only follow the Cowboys if they're going at the Super Bowl. So, and they go there sometimes. They've been there a few times. So, like I said earlier, they're one of the richest teams in the NFL. All right, the Cowboys are smearing Cincinnati Bengals presently. It's 4:07 p.m. Touchdown just happened. They have, they're at 14. That's the Cowboys. And the Cincinnati Bengals are at 3. So they're getting smeared. And it looks like Cowboys are going to win this game. All right, we'll be dropping off this food at your doorstep, and the Cowboys are winning 14-3. Bengals are losing. Cincinnati is losing. Their heads are down on the ground. They're looking sad, confused. One guy got hit in the shoulder really bad. He's one of the tight ends. He's doing okay, though. They helped him off the field. And the Cowboys are just tearing it up. They got their strategic line down. The offense is just very fierce. Quarterback is just, his eyes look just wild and amazed. He threw a 100-mile-per-hour soaring Hail Mary, which was almost caught. About a 70-yard pass. And but they're good. They have a good running game, and we'll be great. Prescott's cheering for all of them. I'll tell you something about Prescott. I'm just going to bring up Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman was a mean quarterback. When he picked up that ball, he made the decision, a management decision, to get it into the running back's hand or to the wide receiver. And that thing was on fire when he threw it. Go watch some old Troy Aikman shows. Well, they're not shows. They're basically shows. They're football games. That was not fake passing. That thing was flying at a high speed like Nolan Ryan style football. Never seen it in my life. Slow that football down. Look at all the stuff that Troy Aikman did as a quarterback. One of our greatest quarterbacks in the NFL. And if he wanted to go to the NFL, they went. I mean, if he wanted to go to the Super Bowl, they went to the Super Bowl. He made that decision himself. It's the quarterback. He's the guy with the ball. Okay. If he has the ball and Prescott has the ball and he wants to go, he'll get him there. He's got the team. But he's got to have like a Troy Aikman frame of mind. It's got to be spiritual, physical, and mental when he's passing that ball. He's got to be a wild man, and he showed no mercy to anyone. Troy Aikman would knock those running backs over if they got in his way. And also the thing about Troy Aikman is if anyone came after him, he'd knock them down and then run the ball in. He showed no mercy as a quarterback. No mercy at all. He was like a Superman with the ball. Incredible speed. Okay, so we got to up the game. We got to want to go there. Full speed, no mercy. Mean. Think about being mean, right? Get that ball in their hands and knock them over, big time. All right, what's this guy's Dodge right here? I'm looking for this number. Looks like we started off this way. We're at 14-3. The Bengals are probably crying. We show them no mercy. We strike first and everything. Defense is important, but you want to be offense. That's what Aikman was. Troy Aikman was an offensive player, right? So he was offense. He would offend with that ball. By throwing that ball, the other team was offended by how fast that ball got to the wide receiver. That's what Troy Aikman was about. He threw with aggression, speed, and accuracy, made sure that ball landed in the wide receiver without any mercy at all, and that wide receiver better have caught it. If he didn't, then there was talk. That made national news if they dropped that ball. That's how important the Cowboys are. Look at the Cowboys in the 70s. Look how crazy that was. Look at it with Aikman. Look how strategic they were with Aikman. The late 80s going into maybe even the 90s. Check them out. There's a secret little bluff thing that you had to go through. It was like a little secret passageway beyond the trees. So I didn't even see this thing right here. Oh, we got it to him. Finally came out and met me. Everybody was good on that one. What I mean by Troy Aikman frame of mind is the whole team has to be one unit. It's got to be one unit. They got to all move like the same. They got to all go take ballet classes. They got to all go take yoga. They got to do stretching the same. They all got to train together. They all got to know each other's first and last name. They got to all know the game in one unit. It's one machine that works together in a very strategic way. One great machine. right? That's all working together. And that's the Troy Aikman frame of mind. He was that way. He wanted the whole team to be on the same page at the same time. So the ball could get into the guy's hands and they could cross that line into the end zone and score that touchdown. And the Cowboys just did that right now. Whoops, I take that back. I thought that was a touchdown. Nope, no one a touchdown. But they're still leading 14-3. So they still got those 2 touchdowns that they needed. So it looks like they're heading the right direction. All right, we're passing Viridian, one of the greatest neighborhoods to live in when you're going to Arlington. They got sailboats. And they're adding a bunch of roads right here at Viridian. See them? Then we'll be crossing where the sailboats are located, because they have sailboats as well. Not yet. It's a little bit longer. Almost there. Almost there. And lots of sailboats. All right, so they're all churchgoers that have the sailboats. No sailboats today, but they're usually right there. Lots of sailboats. Just imagine sailboats on the water. Lots and lots of sailboats. See them? I'm going to check it every 30 minutes and give you a Cowboys update. Of course, you're going to see this tomorrow. But just in case you want to watch my show rather than the NFL game, every 30 minutes, you'll probably get a Cowboy update and see how the NFL Cowboys football team are doing against the Bengals, which are from Cincinnati. These are all odd. Achoo! Bless me. I think I'm good now. Good movie with John Cusack. Great movie that I really like. And Peter Gabriel music is in it. In Your Eyes is in it. And it's called Say Anything. And John Cusack was like brilliant in it when he was in his younger years. He even toured with the movie just not that long ago. Came to Dallas with it. It was Say Anything Gross Point Blank. Say Anything was in there, and the other one, he toured with 3 movies. It was Say Anything, Gross Point Blank, and the other big one, you know the other one, the one that fits those, like 1980 movies kind of thing. Oh no, High Fidelity was the third one. High Fidelity is about a record store with Jack Black. Jack Black was in High Fidelity with John Cusack. That was the 3. So he went with Say Anything, Gross Point Blank, and High Fidelity. He came to Dallas. I was doing rideshare at the time and just missed him just like that. All right, we got back in the zone. I was out of the zone for a second. Passing Avenue K and Avenue J headed back to the Six Flags location, and we'll be talking about Six Flags over Texas in Arlington, which Fright Fest will be coming up. I do not know the ticket prices. It's kind of like Wall Street, it changes. But nevertheless, Fright Night is tons of fun. And you're free to dress up whatever you want to dress up as, whatever costume you feel free to dress up as. You could dress up as a John Cusack character in one of his movies, maybe. Or you could dress up as Dracula. Or whatever you want, you know, Cracula, whatever that is. Like a white Dracula, Cracula. You know, like Cracker and Dracula, Cracula. But anyway, we're going to pull up on this thing. We're going to pull around to the side. You'll see in a minute. And I'll be announcing the rides, like I usually do when I get on the little bridge. I'm trying to get familiar with all the rides. I would like to go to Six Flags, but if I'm going to do like 3 or 4 vlogs, I might as well get a season pass, which would cost me about $80. And right now, the budget is not in that frame of mind. But if you want to leave some money in PayPal and whatever amount so that Cole Spivey can get his season's pass at Six Flags and vlog it for you, certainly do it, and I'll dedicate that vlog to you. If you want to put your information in the PayPal, I think you can put a comment, and I'll be able to go back and see who donated. You can also leave a comment and tell me how much you donated, and I could use that money for season pass to increase subscribers and views. All right, so you see the Joker's running. There's people in it. Oh my God, those are people, human beings on the Joker. You can see it's running right now. Then you'll go to the Riddler, and then there's the swings. Next is probably Batman, and then Mr. Freeze. Then there's some kind of ride that Linda was talking about last night that shoots you in the air. It's about $20. It's kind of like a bungee thing that flies in the air. Right next to that is Superman, which is about to drop right here. It's about 4:54 p.m. There goes the Shockwave. And then we'll be passing the Giant and the Stadium. And then on the right is the Titan. The Great Titan at Six Flags over Texas and Arlington. Cowboys are playing right now, and they are beating the Bengals. Last time I checked, it was 14-3. Right to our right is Hurricane Harbor, and we're headed, that's a way of saying headed. We're headed to Thrills Turkey Legs. So you can get a turkey leg there for about $17. It's called Thrills Turkey. How traffic is just completely clear, but remember, we've got about 80,000 people in the stadium, and they're all parked neatly throughout at different areas. It's probably almost full. Standing room is $50. So you can go to a Cowboy game for $50, but you have to stand, and it's at the very top. It's kind of like a balcony kind of seat looking thing, but you don't sit down, you have to stand. Well, no seats. They're $50 seats. That's probably what I would maybe get one day. We're gonna pick up this order and drop it off at your doorstep. We're guessing about the half staff was probably because of Queen Elizabeth. That's probably why they did half staff right here. Oh, thank you so much, appreciate it. Approached my car very, very angry. Said she would F me up. And I told her, I'm sorry. Please step away from the car. Well, I didn't say that, but I basically hinted that. She approached the car and said she was going to F me up. Basically, let's just put it this way. Everybody has their way of doing things. So that was her approach. My approach is, be careful. There is a cool looking statue right there. I try to learn from James Noctway. He was a war photographer, and people are sensitive about photography. He goes over to like the Afghan Sunni Triangle, right up to Taliban, and takes photos right out of them. He takes photos of people, war photos, soldiers, Now, this was the same guy that would show up at the crime scene in New York City when he was a crime photographer, and he'd be there before the police. His name's James Noctway. There's a certain way that you take a photo, and he said that he would do it with his body language. He would ask permission, because he didn't speak all the same languages of all these other tribes. But you have to be careful, because some people go nuts. All right, there's the football stadium, Nichols Mustangs. So it's the Mustangs. And they're not playing football today, but the Cowboys are. Right, there's Six Flags over Texas, and the Joker is actively running right now. As you can see, Cowboys are beating the Bengals, the Cincinnati Bengals, 14-3. There we go. There's the Joker. There is the Joker. They are human beings inside this contraption, metal contraption, moving around and screaming for their life. Screaming for their life on the Joker at Six Flags over Texas in Arlington. Right. So there's a thing called nervous eating or emotional eating. That's what they call it, emotional eating. So something can happen to you, like drinkers, for example, they crack open the Budweiser, that's not good. The emotional eater does kind of, something similar. They may stick some marshmallows in their mouth and eat a candy bar or something like that, or maybe go get some some fried chicken or something. It's because they feel that the food accomplishes the problem, I guess, or the food overcomes the problem that they're trying to overcome, rather than just overcoming the problem without the food. You do need to eat, though. Some people say 2,000 calories a day. That's what they recommend. At least 2,000 calories a day. You don't have to have that amount, but once you go overboard and you get real emotional, and you get nervous, but you also have the money to do that too. Oh yeah, they got this right here. All right, looks like we have one at Papa John's Pizza. Get yourself some Papa John's Pizza. Got $10? Got yourself a Papa John's Pizza. Well, that's actually, Papa John's is just Papa John's Pizza.